guys. Welcome back to Girl Be Serious. Today we're going to get a little bit into politics, maybe some motherhood talk, and kind of what it's like to actually run for Congress in today's world. So joining me today is Melissa Bailey, who's running for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st District. Now, Melissa, what is it like, before we get into the politics, before we get into anything, anywhere deep, let's just figure out who you are. Who is Melissa Bailey outside of the campaign trail?
Well, thank you, Marissa. I'm excited to be here. I am, first of all, a wife and a mom. I have 3 children. They are 17, 15, and 12. So we're at exciting times in their lives. I have a daughter who's getting ready to graduate and head off to college. My middle guy is learning to drive, so that's been an adventure.
Yeah.
And then my youngest is heading to middle school. And as a family, we love sports. All of my kids do a million things, like most families these days. We love watching football. Both of my boys play. And I grew up here in the Granite State. I grew up in the Upper Valley, so that's where my family still lives, my extended family. So we like to get up there as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Now, I have done some research, and you've lived all around the country.
Yes.
Now, what brought you back to New Hampshire?
Coming back to my roots, wanted to have our kids here, raising them here. So I did grow up in the Upper Valley, but we also have family in Bedford. So that's where we live now and really are enjoying it.
All right. Now, I am born and raised in New Hampshire. Now, what's something from your upbringing that you would say really stuck with you, like from New Hampshire?
Well, yeah, lots of things.
Yeah.
There's just a sense of community here. It's like a small town feel. That's different than other places. And actually, we moved most recently from Texas when we moved back here. And my daughter said, people here are real. You know exactly how they feel, which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes isn't. But relative to other places we've lived, she said, I really appreciate that. And it's true to hear that through her words and through her eyes. I was like, yeah, that's absolutely true.
There's no sugarcoating.
Exactly.
You're going to get exactly how we're feeling, what we're thinking.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
But it's kind of fun, the different places we live, the different ways that people say things too, right?
Yes.
Like Jimmy's versus Sprinkles,
Right.
various things like
Pop,
that
soda.
are exactly that are kind of fun.
So you're a stay-at-home mom with a background in finance and accounting, and you're campaigning on conservative values. Let's get into some bigger conversations. What made you decide to step into politics at this point in your life?
I just felt like I couldn't stay on the sidelines any longer. I wanted to fight for the future for our next generation, whether it's education, protecting our girls, boys in our girls' spaces is a big part of my platform. And then with my background, before I was a stay-at-home mom, I was a working mom. I worked in financial accounting, in auditing, and in finance. So I've worked with a lot of companies, and our federal government obviously doesn't operate the way companies do. They are wasteful. We see the reckless spending, and certainly with kids that are starting to head out into the world and seeing how expensive it is for them to start out and how difficult it is for young families, we need to do something. We need to stop all the spending at the federal government and all the waste that's going on. So that's what drove me into this race.
Okay, very good. And with your background in finance and accounting, how do you shape how you think about the government spending and the economy? How do you think that helps?
Because we need to stop spending so much money. When you look at the fact that we don't have a balanced budget, that we have this massive growing federal debt, there's a couple ways you can solve it, right? You can tax more. I definitely don't want that.
Right.
That's how you increase the revenue side. Or you can stop the spending, or you can have growth. And we certainly need an element of growth, but you can't get to growth through taxation. So to me, the biggest lever is spending, and it's just common sense. It's what we do in our own budgets.
Right.
If we are, if we're spending too much money, if we're going into debt, you have to stop spending money. That's the first place to start.
Okay. All right. Now we're on Girl Be Serious,
Okay.
which we don't love to get too serious. So let's do a little quick lightning round.
Okay.
All right. Now, when you finally get a day off, what's your ideal lazy day, chill day look like?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't chill well. I actually just was asked this question recently. But if I have a day off, I love to get a workout in. I love a nice sunny day when I can be at the beach, or just hanging out with my family. We're all busy now. Families are always on the go. So if we have a night where we can just be home all like playing games together or something, that's a great day for me.
Cute.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, are you a coffee, tea, or energy drink?
Coffee.
Coffee?
All day long.
Little cream and sugar or black?
Totally black. I had to give
Yep.
up the cream and sugar because I drink too much of it.
I'm in that same struggle for sure. And do you have a guilty pleasure song you blast in the car when you're alone?
I'm kind of a Swiftie.
Really?
I took my daughter to see Taylor Swift a couple years ago, and
Yep.
so I do like, especially her older stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Me too. Me too. All right. So you're also balancing family life while running for office, which feels like a lot. And I feel like people don't fully understand. So being a stay-at-home mom, how has that shaped the way that you see leadership and policy?
I look at it through the lens of family and people having to manage a family. And most people now, especially with the way our economy is and how expensive life is, it is two working parents. And
Yeah.
so seeing it through that lens of how do families manage? How do you get your kids where they need to be? How do you put food on the table? So, and just giving people that sense of purpose that, having a family families are the basis of our communities and of our country. So making it possible for people to have that, to be able
Yeah.
to form families.
That's amazing, which hopefully one day I'll be able to. Now, what's something your kids have taught you that you didn't expect?
Gosh, so much. I learn from them every single day. Well, I guess I'll start with an easy one, social media, which has become a growing part of my campaign because
Yep.
it's how we reach people
Right.
in our increasingly digital world. So my daughter is helping me to learn TikTok, which is still, not a strength of mine, but I'm getting there. So
That's awesome. Okay. Okay. And what has been the hardest part about stepping into the public role like this?
the time away from the family. So it's just a balancing. And again, most families are two working parents, so it's learning to balance that. So with my daughter graduating this year, for example, there's huge milestones that I'm not going to miss. She just had her prom over the weekend.
Ooh.
I was there with the girls to, watch them getting ready and stuff. But when my son's on two different travel lacrosse teams, I might miss a couple of games there.
That's
So it's balancing the big
busy.
and the small and
Yeah.
what we can fit in.
Okay. And now what do you hope people understand about you beyond politics?
That I'm just a real person. I'm in politics because I want a better future for Granite Staters.
Yeah.
That is my whole purpose. I'm not in it for a career in politics. I hope to serve for a time and then step away back to be back with my family. So I'm really fighting for the values that I think impact so many Granite Staters. We want freedom. We want to keep more of our own money. We want our money to be put to good use when we do have to turn it over to the government, and we want the freedom to live our lives with our values.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Melissa Bailey. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was fun.
You're so welcome. Now, where can people find you online?
So I'm on every social media platform. It's Melissa4NH on most of them. Very active on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, all the things. And my website is Melissa Bailey 4NH with the number 4.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Woo!